are watching Melody Lane. With me, you're gonna have a great crafting time.
Here's a shout out to a few of the people who support this channel on Patreon. Christy, Kathy, Marilyn, Roberta, Jessie, Melinda, Jane, Susie, Mary, Missy, Tammy, Linda, Cheryl, Sherry, Stephanie, Kim, Jessica, Jody, Pamela, Heather, Annette, Rhonda, Jeremy, Laura, Donna, Claudette, Mel, Val, Melissa, Marla, Julie, Rebecca, Patty, Yvonne, Stacy, Ruthie, Audra, Brittany, Debbie, Ronald, Julie, Sharon, Kirby, Rose, Sabrina, Naomi, and Samantha. A huge thank you to my co-sponsors. You guys are awesome. Hello, good evening. It's 8 p.m. I took a poll for those of you that don't. These are all Eastern times. Noon, 3 p.m., 5 p.m., and 8 p.m. Guess which one won? 8 p.m. So we're going to do Tuesdays at noon, right? That's last time I said this, I said 3. It's noon on Tuesdays. We're going to have a schedule. I'm really going to try to keep to it. My assistant has been pushing me to do this. So noon Tuesdays, 8 p.m. on Thursdays, and 11 a.m. on Saturdays. So, I mean, there may be some misses or there will also be other videos plus those in addition. Those won't be the only videos, but for the most part, that's my schedule. There may be some here and there, like I just posted one on Sunday, just because I love you guys. Okay, we are live on Facebook and YouTube and Twitch. And we got the Restream bot who is also adding the Facebook chat to the YouTube chat. Isn't that fun? So I can see the chat on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch, but in the past, you guys on YouTube could not see the Facebook chat, and now we can. So because of that, I think the Facebook chat will also be in my giveaways when oh, hello, Denmark. When I do my giveaways every Saturday morning, there's a giveaway. Last week, we gave away 2 tool sets, each worth $129. It's not like that every week. It's mostly a $15 value. We need a schedule printout. You guys are awesome. Okay, so today I have been asked actually for like a year and a half for this project. And I didn't want to make this project just like, the reason I've never done it before is, well, one, I didn't need it, and I couldn't think of a good reason to make it. Not for you guys, but it didn't make sense to me because I couldn't think of something that would be big enough to keep expanding and be big enough. It's for Cricut pens. Now, I used to have my pens in this thing. This held my pens. It doesn't hold my pens anymore. There were no room for more pens in this thing. And I didn't want to just do a square rectangle. I wanted to make something different because, to be honest, it was just too easy. I'm like, well, anyone can do that. Just slice some holes in the chipboard and you can do that. So I wanted to do something that would fit together and fit in different ways. So I think I've managed it. I'm happy with it. Let me show you. Uh-oh, I'm getting blurry. Okay. Oh, there's the picture of it as a circle. I can't use it as a circle because I need more than that. I still have more pens. How do you turn off that image? Hold on, I'm getting there. There we go. Okay, here's my desk. This is part of a base. I'm going to show you how to do the base, This video may be a little long, but look at this one I did this afternoon. Isn't it so pretty? I'm gonna make 2 of these. These are gonna hold my infusible ink pens because these are all full and I need more of these. Okay, so I wanted to do, this is like a color wheel, except for they're not in the right order, Melody. What am I doing? Now it's a color wheel. These are the primary and secondary colors. So it looks like that. Can you guys hear me okay? So it looks like this, and I love this, but this takes up a lot of room for me, and I need more than this. So what I'm going to, I was playing with these yesterday. I took lots of pictures, playing with different ways. So this is how I'm going to have mine, I think, because I can keep adding on. Today we're going to make a black one because, as you can see, I don't have my black pens here. So they just fit like every other way, like this. And then I'm going to add a pink one over here by my red. And then I'm going to add a black one over here. And these will be for my infusible ink pens. And I'll probably just put them on the end. So I can keep going and going and going. And to keep these straight, to have them in a way where you can keep them straight, I've made a base. I've made a circle base that will hold them in a circle. I didn't cut it out because I don't need it, and I'm going to show you these. And the circle base is so easy. But I have that file. I have all these files for everybody who supports my channel on Patreon for $2 or more. You get hundreds of files. I figured it out. It's 0.006 of a penny you pay for each project file. It's that's, if you were to break it down, it's crazy, but you get other perks too. And I appreciate the support. So if you are a member of my channel for $4.99 or my Facebook for $4.99, you also get all of those files and you get different perks. Okay, what was I going to do? I was going to show you a base. So here's one base, because I realized not everybody is a pen holder. Oh, they also hold Sharpies too. Oh, and this middle, my assistant was looking at this and she's like, that hole is bigger than the others. So there's a reason this hole is bigger than the others, because it will hold the tools. I thought if somebody wants to put their tools in, they could put their tools in right here. See, it won't fit in the regular size. Well, kind of fit. It didn't fit in the other ones, or the other tools didn't fit. So if you wanted to put these all in a circle, you could have your tools in the center. And, oh, what else fits in these are, whoops, stick it in the hole, the blades. They fit in the other holes also, except for the rotary blade has a different bottom, so the rotary blade will not fit in the regular hole. So you can make one of these to hold these tools. The rotary blade will fit in the front hole. So there's a reason this one is just a tad bigger. If you don't want to use it for tools, you don't have to. You can put your pens in it. Oh, let me show you something else. I was going to set up another side camera so you guys could see better. Hold on. So let's put that green one back in here. When you have your Cricut pens should be stored point down. So the cap is at the bottom. And these are also fun to look at from the side. Isn't that fun? You can also store them like this. So some pens or markers, they have 2 points. When they have a point on each end, the Cricut ones don't, but if they have a point on each end, they need to be stored horizontally. So you can do this, and you can make as many of these as you want. They're like, I call it a half moon. I guess it's a half circle, but I don't know why I have to say moon. Just what comes to my head. You know, and you can have these like this. And, whoops. Okay, we're going to flip them all up at once. You can also just store them like this. You can put them any way you want. You know, you can do whatever you want. Oh, there was another way that was fun. And how was it? It was like this one, like this, and this. Okay, so this one, the way these three are, because not everyone has so many, I made a holder that will hold 3. But wait, let me show you the configuration on this one. I think is fun. This is, where's this? Is that how I had it? Yeah, I think something like that. Maybe this was down more. I don't know. They're fun. You can add more going around in a circle, and you can just play with them and do them. And they're nice if you just want to do reds. You can pick up your reds, or you can make these all one color and not different colors. They can be all pattern paper or vinyl. They can be all of this. I'm going to make another one exactly like this, but I've learned from this one. We're going to put this one together today. And okay, so I made this. I know, I feel like I'm all over the place, you guys. It's because I'm too excited because I have so much to share with you. Get in there. Okay, and then, so if you only have 3 of these, or if you want to put them in things of 3, but today we're going to make one that holds 4 of these. And in my file you're also getting, okay, fit in there. Oh no, I can't fit this one in. There it goes. They fit in there before. There, that one fits in, almost. Okay, they fit in here earlier today, but maybe I glued it down too close. But, so we'll show you how to prevent that. So this way, they don't get loosened up. You can pick it up and hold the whole thing, so you're not picking up 3 of these. So you have a holder, and I made one for 4. And I also made one, I haven't cut it out, but I made one of these that have the sides cut off. So it will hold 3, and then you can put another one next to it, and you can keep going in a line. I also made this one that we're gonna put together today, so you know how. And I made one of these with one of the lines cut off, so then you can add the one of these that are open-ended. You can add it this way, and you can keep adding on to your storage because you know there's going to be more pens you want. You know there's going to be more. Uh-oh, I just dropped paper on the floor for this thing. Now when I don't have enough paper to cover this, it's over there, I see it. Okay. And I also want to tell you here, I'm going to come over here. Okay, some tips on cutting chipboard, and then we're going to put these together. There's a guide that I made to put these together because the first one I made, where's that? The first one I made, this one, this was my test one. It's all a mess now because I've been playing with it so much, but I thought it was perfect. I thought, wow, that went together really well. And then I made the red one, and I'm like, these don't fit together at all. And I thought I did it right. I'm like, these are so totally off. And I thought I was doing something special. So you get it even. It didn't work. So I made a guide and did it. I took apart my red one 3 times and put it back together. I couldn't believe I saved it. Like, it doesn't look the best. And it's when I realized, oh, we need to cover up this part of the chipboard. I didn't do it on this. I did cut things out so I can do that. But you can tell on the side of this one, I took this apart. I don't know how I did it. The glue was dry, but I saved it. It doesn't look great. How much chipboard do we need for the whole project? Less than you think. The most I cut out at once was 4, and it took 2 sheets of chipboard, 2.5 sheets of chipboard. Today I cut out 2 at the same time, and it used 1 sheet and just a little bit of the other. So less than you think. No, they're not painted. They are covered with paper. I used Cricut cardstock paper. They are covered with paper. Let me show you in Design Space. That's not Design Space. There it is. Okay, so you get, make this bigger so you can see it. When you get the file, it looks like this. This is what you cut out of chipboard. This is the pretty layer. So this can be vinyl or paper. It can be your choice. I suggest solid core paper or vinyl. Solid core paper so you don't see all the edging, because you're not the first one to ask, are these painted? My assistant, I have 2 assistants. My assistant Janet actually came in and saw these and like, you painted these? She saw them in person and thought they were painted. I said, no, it's Cricut paper. So they do look painted. And then here's my guide. And I put guide only cut 1, because you can apply as many of these as you want, but you only want to cut 1 of these. Also, I want to show you, if you get my file, you get those bases I was talking about. I grouped them all together and they're in the layers panel. So if you ungroup this, they are all, you can ungroup these. I'm going to ungroup them. So then you can, now this one is grouped together. So this is the base for 3. This is the one I showed you that I made. And let's pretend we're not cutting this one out, because we're not actually cutting any of them out. But I want to show you how to pick the one you want. So we're going to highlight this one, and we see these are selected. So that must be this one. So I don't want to do this one. We're going to hide it. This one, I'm going to show you something with that in a minute. This is the one we're going to put together. I don't want to cut that one out. And you only need to cut 1 of these. I would cut the other things first and then come back. Here's the circle. Really easy. It holds 6 pieces of pie. I used the 2mm chipboard from Cricut. And then here's the open-ended base for 4. It says side open. Okay, so I am going, you don't have to ever ungroup these, but you don't want to cut the black layer. You can keep these here, just don't cut the black layer. I'm going to pull these down. I'm going to ungroup this. I just want to show you how these will go together and how your thing can expand. The circle, I don't know how to make it different. But this one, okay, I'm going to flip this. This is just for us to look at so I can show you. See how these will fit together. I'll move it up a little. There we go. And then I'm going to duplicate this one. And we're going to flip this one vertically. You don't have to... Oh, that didn't work. Oh, let's undo that. I just have to turn it around. That's what I have to do. We're just going to turn it. Oh, no, that doesn't work. Hold on. How did I do that before? Oh, not vertically, horizontally. That's what I did. Sorry, I don't know why I did it vertically. I knew that was wrong. Sometimes my mind just does things. Okay. So then you can hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 11 of these, and each one holds 15 pens. Now, if you, I mean, I don't have this many, but you never know. In the next few years, we are going to turn this one this way. Welcome, Blanca. And then we can add even more. And then we'll just have to, flip it vertically, horizontally. Oh, no. There. And then flip it that way. So you can keep adding and still have a full edge. You can glue these together if you like. Oh, wow, that's a big Cricut there, huh? My alerts got really big. So that's how you can keep it growing. So I wanted to show you that. All right, are you guys ready to get started? Boy, this is a long video. But I wanted to show you everything first. Okay. Where's all my pieces? Oh, I got them right here. So we're going to start with the black one and putting it together with paper. And we're using Art Glitter Glue, my favorite glue I use on all my projects. Oh, and I've started using butcher paper because I have a huge roll of butcher paper I bought so I don't get glue on my mat. I've already gotten glue on my mat, but I don't like glue on my mat. Where's my guide? I found it. This is the guide. Oh, I was going to show you how. Hold on, guys. Before you cut it out, let me show you this first. Sorry. Okay. You know what? I'm going to... I don't want to save all this. I don't want to cut all these things. Let me just hide all these. Okay, we're going to go to make it. I'm going to show, even if you guys don't have this file, I want to show you how to save Chipboard. Oh, hold on. I want to do it. Let's just go back to my projects. And go. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to click Make It. We're not cutting this one. We're going to, let's say we want to cut 4. We're going to apply. I also have to tell you, welcome, Lonnie. I have to tell you, when you're cutting these chipboards, the circles cut out faster. Hold on just a minute. I have to tell you this. You have to listen. The circles in the chipboard, they get done between the 9th and 12th cut. They are done in the center. You don't want to unload your mat, but these will pop out. They can get stuck on your knife blade. What I do when I see one getting loose, you have to pay attention. You can't walk away. You can walk away for a little bit. I take my knife blade, or you can take anything. When I try to move all these to the bottom of the mat, and I go and I stab them with I do it with my machine moving. You probably should pause your machine and stab it if you know you can pull them out, and then I pull out what I can get, or if I see them loose, I pull them out. My blade did get stuck a few times, and all I did was hit the go button, and then it just went on like normal. It went and checked the blade to make sure it was the correct blade, and that's when I really got him. When my blade thing was over and my mat was visible, I went and stabbed all the circles and got the circles out. And then it's a clear cut. Once the circles were out, it was fine. I didn't have to worry about it or watch it or anything. So I want you to be aware of that. You need to watch the circles. I don't know why the circles get cut faster. but they do. So please be careful with that. Okay, back to Design Space. Okay, here's the red one. This is the pretty layer. Flip these over. Well, we're gonna flip this one up here. This one on its side here. And you have more room and you can move them from other mats. Now, these are pretty much okay. But I want to show you the chipboard. Chipboard can't be cut like this. Chipboard is only 11 inches wide and 11 inches long. The reason for this is because we have star wheels on our machine. We have to push all those wheels over and they're within this inch. And we don't want that to go over our material. That's why they're only 11 inches. So we do have to go over here where it says material, change it to 11 by 11. And then all of these that are the same color, it will automatically change. So for doing 4 of these, it's gonna put it, on 4 different mats, but we don't need this one. We only need one of these guides. So I'm just gonna hide all of these. You only need one guide. We can move this up. We can move these up. That'll fit there. And I took the time to place these things. Oh, also a tip with chipboard, please remember, even if you don't have this file, separate them. Don't let them cut this close because that little pieces will come up during the cut. You don't want that. I really fit these things like a puzzle together. Look at that. I already saved a half a piece of chipboard. I can also save these. I'm going to click on this and move it to another mat. We're going to move it to this mat. So put it here. That's all right. Let's move another one. Move it to another mat. This is really worth it to save your materials. We're going to spin this one. Put that up there. I don't know if I have room for another one. I might. I could move this down here. I'm going to try it. We're going to move this one. Move to another mat. I did 2.5 sheets today when I cut 4 the other day. Yeah. Okay, where did it put it? You have to find the image. It just throws it up there. Okay, now we can turn these. This is a good way to move these. Look at all this room in here. We'll just do this one. But to be honest, I would move these down to the bottom so I could take those circles out. But I'm not going to do that right now. But you do want to separate these just a little so they're not too close. Thank you, Ronald. So right now I have these on 3, but I have room. I have some extra room on each one too. I think when I cut 4 out, I did not have this piece. I already had this guide cut, so it's possible we could fit more on here and scoot these together and get back to 2.5. Oh, completely we could. But I'm not going to take up your time doing that. Yeah, to move to another mat, you click on it and then click this little circle right here. The circle to the left with the 3 dots. You click on that and it said move to another mat or hide it. So that's what I've been doing. This mat now is empty. I saved a complete sheet of paper or chipboard. So please change it to 11 by 11 and move the pieces so they're not too close. All of these are really good, but it does put them really close. And when you're using the knife, oh, you know what? Look at that. That's touchy. Make sure it doesn't touch. And I also want to tell you, cancel, on one of the 4-piece, let me find it. There's also a thing to, this one, I guess, a little, and then move it down. So when this gets to the mat, let me see if I can show you that one. Is it that one? Oh. Thought there was one. Oh, this one has a piece cut off. Okay. This is the one that has the side cut off. The one that is the full one, it points out here just a little too far. So, but to fix it, oh, I'm clicking on the wrong thing. Okay, to fix it, you have to just turn this slightly and then pull it down, and then it'll give you room. So if it looks like something doesn't fit within the 11 inches, it will just kind of curve it, and it will be fine. All right. Do we all understand that so far? Are we ready to craft? You ready? Okay, when you're watching the replay to learn how to put this thing together, you want to come in 30 minutes into the video. But I wanted you guys to know all of that and how to do that. Even if you're not using this file, you should know all of that. Okay. Guys, now I'm nervous. Okay, one of the first things you do, move these out of my light, is, I already did one. You have to put these, you have to put the paper on at least the top sheets. And I did some of them where I completely covered these in the paper and then I put it together. Well, on this purple one, it didn't turn out so well. I don't know if you guys can see that. You can really see the glue more on this one. And it was the last one I did. These other ones, to do it. So then I have redone the holes, so they should be perfect no matter which way you do it. But it's always best, well, I don't know. Yeah, maybe one way is a tiny bit better. It's always best to put them like this and make sure they're even and you're gluing it to the right side. Well, it's not such a big deal anymore since I fixed it. My yellow one's a little messed up because I did it wrong. But I fixed it since then. I fixed it and saved it before I had all my paper cut out. So then I had to try to remake the mistake so I could cover them with paper. It was not a fun day that day. So I am putting glue. This black paper wasn't cut very well. We had to change the blade. So, got glue on it. And making sure I have a smooth surface. I'm laying this on here and then pushing it down. Flipping it over, so I'm getting it even. So I try to feel that it's even, that the paper is even. And it's easier when you're not in a video. I don't know why that is. I have less pressure. So that's all even. Now, sometimes you have one that might look better than the other. So the best one you're going to put on the top, because the one underneath, even if you made a mistake, it's okay. No one's going to see it because it's going to be underneath. Okay, so no worries. And then we're going to put this on. You can't just put the glue on this. I make sure I get it on all the edges. Time to move it around, and I go like this, kind of like you're straightening out paper so it's even. Feel the edge so you can feel if it's even or not. Thank you, Connie. I will try to talk louder if you guys can't hear me. Sorry. All right, we got that done. Okay, where's all my pieces? Right? I have those. I'm missing pieces. Did I push them? Whoa. I have these other pieces because I was going to put two of them together with you today. You guys don't see them, do you? I made sure I had all my pieces. Okay, we're going to steal from the other one. We're not going to be able to totally put two together today unless I find the pieces. So let me show you the pieces that you should have. Okay, I have those. This is your guide. You only need one of these. We reuse this piece. You're going to have two triangles with the holes, one solid triangle. You're going to have two shapes like that, two shapes like this, and then you're going to have this one matches that size, this one matches that size. Okay, so these are your sides. These are guides that will be on the inside, and you can't see them, can you? If I take this pin out, you can see those guides. Now, if you were selling this project, if you wanted to make this and sell these, I would cover these pieces with the paper. Like, we're going to be covering it with these little papers on the edges. But when you have a pen in this spot right here, you cannot see these, what are they called? Not guides, but I don't know why I want to call them stilts. They're to make it more sturdy. Okay. Now what we're going to do, I'm trying to think. I'm going to put the paper on those at the end, but on these pieces, okay, so you have these long pieces. These are for the edges of the triangles, these tall ones. There are 3 extra long ones, and the extra long ones go around the curve. So you'll have these long ones. Right now I need the short ones, but so you got to make sure which ones are longer, but I'm not going to do that right now because we're doing that last. Okay, we have these pieces to cover those and those. And then we have 4 of these pieces. And we're missing 1. Crazy how things just disappear. It's okay. All right. We're going to use these short ones first. These are the first ones we put together. I am putting glue on the edge, And then I'm going to put it on top of the little piece. I put it on top and then I kind of push it down like that, push it down like that, push it down like that. And I don't got no glue on my fingers. See how that works? I learned that after doing a lot of these. Okay, now I'm going to do the other side. On the red one, I didn't do this to these. And I thought, oh, we need edges because it does not look as well. I'll show you the difference because I'll show you the red one. Now you can go up here and make sure it's smooth and stuff, but look at that. All done. That was quick. But I'm missing one. I don't know. Is it up in here? Maybe we'll find them before the end. If not, I'll just add it later like I'm going to add the red ones. So I'm kind of like just pushing it down on the edges so it's more even, like how it should be. Okay, now I'm going to show you why we're doing that. QC, this one's nice. These are the edges that we're doing. See the nice edging on the purple? This red one does not have nice edges. You see the chipboard. It's kind of hard to see. But you can see the chipboard. It's not as nice. It just doesn't look as finished. Okay. Let's go ahead and glue these on before we lose them. So these are the fatter ones, wider ones, taller ones. They're actually taller, not wider. They're the same width. So we're going to do the same little trick. Going like this on the butcher paper also helps get the glue off more. Because when I first did this, I was putting glue on the paper and then putting it on these, and it just was not fun. My fingers were so full of glue. Glue goobers. You know those glue goobers? Okay. And the next one. I'm really disappointed about missing those other pieces, but it's okay. You put it together the same way, and I'll show you. I was doing vinyl, though. I'm going to use the holographic vinyl on the other one. So we'll put some of the pieces together, and I'll show you. I'm using the vinyl and not using any transfer tape. And so I can still show you how to put the vinyl on. That's all you really need to know about it, because you put it together the same way. I bought the butcher paper in a roll on Amazon. If you go to my infusible ink videos, there's a link to, there's also, well, I don't think it's in my Amazon store, actually. Okay, now these two pieces of chipboard, two different sizes, get no paper or vinyl. Now, like I said, if you wanted to make these and sell them, you might want to cut out, but there's none of these that fit for these. Just duplicate some of these pieces. Actually, duplicate the pieces that fit on these, because these are the same height here, and those are the same height. Duplicate those and add more, and then you can add it to those pieces. But if you're making it for yourself, you're going to put a pin in there, and you don't see it. So I didn't think it was necessary. It's more work. They get no paper. So I think we're good for now. We're going to put this paper on these pieces when we're over, because we don't want it to look messy like this purple one. I'll set these over here. It's killing me about where those things are. Okay. let's get to work. Okay, so we're going to decide which one of these we want as the top piece. Don't know if it matters. Let's do this one. So this guide, the top piece, see how these are closer than this one. This is the top, although you could make this, you could do it the other way. I guess it doesn't matter. This is shorter here. I think it holds it better. But I guess you can make it any way you want. Thank you, Ronald. Have we found a use for the circles that get cut out? You can cover those circles with the paper that also gets cut out, or the vinyl. Here's my vinyl ones that I cut out with the holographic. Thank you, Laura Martin. Welcome. I don't know why that's so big at the bottom, but you could put the stickers and the stuff on those circles and use them for decoration for things. Okay, so the way I'm making mine, I want them all the same, so I want this to be the top. And so we're gonna slide that piece in there. Look how that stands up. You see that? And next, so we're gonna be using the shorter ones. These taller ones we're gonna use for the next layer. So first we're gonna do this. We are gonna put glue on this empty area here. Plenty of glue. Don't be stingy on the glue here. And you better order more glue before it gets winter. If it gets cold, it doesn't work. So we're going to push this one up. I'm going to take another one and push against it on the top. And I'm pushing with this hand. I'm pushing in here and pushing against it this way. And because we're on butcher paper, I'm moving it so it doesn't get glued to the paper. Yes, I'm using Cricut cardstock. Oh, Kelly says you could use them to play bingo. Tiddlywinks. Okay. Now, it's not completely dry, and if you really want it sturdy, you could add more glue just kind of in the corner. I didn't do that. I think I did it on one. I didn't do it on the others, and I think it's just fine without it. Okay, so we have that. We don't want to push on this. Thank you, Ronald. He says make tic-tac-toe game, so circles, and then make some X's. Good idea. We don't want to push on this. It's not completely dry, but I want to go ahead and get the other side in. So we have this like this. We're going to turn this over like this. That means we have to flip over the guide. We don't want to flip it this way. We want to go from this way to this way, like we're turning a page backwards. Okay, so it goes from that way to this way. Now we're going to stick it in this way, and we're going to do the same thing with the other one. So we got lots of glue on there, and we're going to push that in. And I'm doing the same thing. So I'm pushing in with this one and pushing against this way. And I want to move it a little so glue doesn't get stuck to one spot. And just push it. Tanya on Facebook is asking, could you use hot glue? The only problem with hot glue, oh, now we're getting stuck to the paper. Uh-oh, look at that. Thank us. But I want to make sure it holds. So what we're doing is we're pushing this all the way in, pushing this that way, and then getting another piece and pushing against it. And we want to keep it moving so it doesn't get stuck. And I want to make sure this is straight. So I'm also going to push this against this way, against the guide or to the guide. we're going to push it to the guide and to this. So we're pushing it this way and up to the guide. And I'm going to move it just to make sure it's not getting stuck. I'm going to let this dry a little bit. Can you guys see how this, oh, you can't really see. I'll show you in a minute. So this guide is what you push the piece up against. And like down here, that is the same size as this piece. So we're using that as a guide to push it up against this way and this way. Now it's really important when we go to put the next piece on that we push all of these triangles into the center. Do you want me to show you why? Let me show you something. First, oh man, that's still not dry. Okay, let's let this sit here for a minute. I think we're just gonna let it sit and dry. Okay, now this is the one that's messed up. I was stabbing it with stuff. And I thought this was even. I pushed this, like I had a piece of chipboard and I pushed it up against the chipboard to make sure it was all even. That looks even, right? Doesn't it look even? To me, it looks even. Oh. Stay. So when I put this one in, this little guide, because it's all, okay, now why does that look even now? It's not. I think because there. When I put these in, I wonder if I can show you this way. These two top ones are pretty close, but this one was really far out. I don't know if you guys can see that hole there. It just was way off. It didn't fit at all. So then I came up with this guide. Are we going to be good now? Okay, so now we have these two other pieces. We want to use the short one. It matches the height of the side, so if you're not sure, or if you accidentally use the long ones first, then use the long one. And we're going to put glue on the little edge. And this has to be glued right between these two circles. So here there are 5 circles. So you're going to put it right between the 4 circles. There's only one line with 4 circles, and you're going to put it right in the center. And you're just going to hold it there for a second until it dries a little bit. Okay. So now we're going to, well, actually, we're going to put glue on all of these. See all these walls? We're putting glue on the edge of all of them. Okay, and we're going to slide this in the guide, and then we're going to take this other piece that we have covered. So the paper's facing the same way. So we have black this way, black this way. Don't mix it so there's black on top and black on bottom. You want the black both ways, and you're going to slide this in to that slot. You're going to push them both this way. You want them as far this way, and we're going to, this one, sometimes you have to lift up just a little bit. Push that in. This one, this little stand here, you want to make sure that it's not coming out any of the holes on the bottom. You want it right in between the eyes, right there. in the one that has 4, it's going to be right between there so we don't see it and it does not get in the way of any of the pins. And then we have this. So now we're going to flip this over and also do it on the other side. So we're pushing that in. I like to push these in on the sides. You can use your fingers or you can also use other pieces of chipboard and just push against it to make sure it sticks well. You can flip it back and forth a few times, make sure it's even, make sure it's not sticking to the paper. Move it around. Thank you, Jamie, and thank you, everyone, for answering questions and helping out, because I can't read comments and do this at the exact same time. Okay, there we go. So we got this part. Next, we're gonna do these pieces. Why? Oh, you know what? I forgot. Or did it come off? It came off. Something. The little black piece. Or I didn't do it. There's no glue on that. Okay. So now we're going to put this in here. Make sure that's all good. And then we're going to put glue on the top of the taller one. And I'm going to push it in there. Push it this way and this way. And move it so it doesn't stick to my paper. Okay, now we're going to flip this over, do the other side. Put that in there. We're going to put glue here. We're going to push it to the guide and then to the back wall. Kathy says, trying to find out how to become a Patreon member, but there are multiple choices. Help. Kathy, you can go to patreon.com/melodylane, and there are different options. If you're a $2 member, that's the cheapest option to get all of my projects. And then there are more options you can read and see if you want those options to get those benefits. And you just click join. It's totally up to you and you can cancel at any time. So now we're going to put this, it's not completely dry yet, between those eyes. The row with the 4 circles in between the very center. You can look up this way and try to get it even. Or some of mine are even and some of mine are not even at all. Who thinks they can do this? Now, if you, this is Cricut chipboard. I didn't do it with the damask chipboard. With the damask chipboard, you wouldn't need the extra layer of stuff because it's pretty as itself. I'm not sure how well the guide would work with that. It might work just fine, but that chipboard is a little thinner. Oh, we got to put glue now on the bottom of this one, just like we did the other one. Who thinks this would be pretty easy? It is pretty easy to put together. The more you do, the easier it gets. You just have to remember, you know, you put make sure the paper pieces are the same side paper, and you put the paper on those first. And you use your guide and line things up. It's not too hard. So now we're doing this one. This is going to be the bottom. So this is the top, and we want to make sure the paper is all the same level. So we're going to stick this in. I like to lift this top one up so it gets closer to the edge. And then just make sure this line is kind of straight. Oh, and we got to put that back in the guide. I didn't push it up. Push this up and make sure all three are even. This is the key to putting these in a circle. If they're not even, they won't go in a circle very well or fit together that way. Yes, completely. If you're going to make this, you need to watch the video again. But when you do, if you already have the pieces cut out, you skip ahead 30 minutes because I had to explain all that stuff in the beginning. And I want to push this against each other to make sure this is glued on well. And we're pushing this piece up against that. We're smashing it together. We're moving it around on the paper so it doesn't glue to the paper. Diane says, I'm going to give this a try. She went a little crazy ordering chipboard. Well, I did too. I had a stack of chipboard this tall, or this tall maybe. It's a little shorter now. I love the Cricut chipboard. Okay, now I'm going to turn it the other way. Make sure it's good that way. And this way, that these all are good. Okay, now, oh, that one's sticking. Oh, how did that happen? See how that's sticking out? I must not have pushed down hard enough on that one. I'm going to add more glue here and push that in. Okay, so now we're going to put I'm like, where did that come from? I forgot I did that earlier. I put oh yeah, I did. I put the paper on the outside of that piece. I forgot. Okay, now for these edges, we're going to put the edges on first. I got to see which ones are taller. That one's definitely taller. Those are good. That one's taller. And do I have, oh yeah, I have one here. So you'll have 3 taller ones that go on the curved side. So they'll go around the edge of each layer here. And then you're going to have 6 of the other color that go on these edges. So to put those on, I'm just going to lay it like this, put glue on the edge here. And I already have one on that middle one. Okay. I'm going to flip it over, do the other ones. So do you guys like the evening video? Oh, and the file, I did, Mary Ann, she's always cutting out my things so quickly. She asked for the file. So I gave it to her personally earlier. But the file, what time is it? Oh, it should already be posted on Patreon and Facebook. I had it scheduled to do that. And so I have to put it up on YouTube unless Callie, my assistant, who's not here, of course, this late, remembers to put it up. I'll check. If it's not there, I'll post it after this video. So you will all have the project file if you're a supporter. So you like the evenings. So we're going to do Thursday evenings. Next Thursday, I don't know what's going on. I might have to have a video ready, or I don't know. I don't even know if she bought her tickets yet. Carol Prevo is coming. We're going to the Orlando meet and greet next Friday. Wait a minute. Is this the long one? It is. Doesn't go there. So she'll be here. So I'm thinking maybe if we just have a chat. Would you guys like it if me and Carol, she's another Cricut product expert from Canada, if we just hung out with you guys and chatted, or you asked questions, or what do you want me to do next week? Do you want me to do an edited video? Okay, these are the longer ones. And I'm going to tell you, these are too long because the first one I made was too short. And it was just a teeny bit too short. And I made it just a teeny bit longer. And now it's too long. But I decided I will make it. I would rather have it too long than too short, because it's just a little snip at the end. Yay, Sheila's watching on Facebook. Yes, Judy. It's next Friday, right? Or is that the Friday after next? Oh, it's not next week. It's the week after. Sorry. I don't know what day it is. And I'll let you guys know. You guys always ask, when do you sleep? Sometimes I'm on Facebook in the middle of the night answering questions or answering emails. Well, in the evenings, I just can't stay awake. Like, I fall asleep at my desk if I stay at my desk. And so I have been taking naps like every evening. Then I'm up a little later, and then I wake up early. Well, anyway, I don't have a good sleep schedule. So I've been taking naps every evening. So I had to set an alarm to make sure I was awake for you guys. I actually didn't even take a shower today until 7 p.m., which was an hour before my video. Oh, I gotta get ready. Okay, so now we done all the hard part. Now we got these pieces. Now Cricut paper is more textured on one side than the other. I like the textured look. So I put glue on the other side and have the textured look. Look, we're done with that. Now we're gonna put the fatter one on. And I do have glue goobers on my fingers. There we go. Let's do this side. Now you might make a few mistakes doing this, like I made mistakes going along, but they were all fixable. And this glue dries clear, so there's like a white spot of glue, which I should probably clean off my fingers. Yes, no matter where you support, Patreon, YouTube, or Facebook, if you're a member and pay the monthly amount, you get access to all the same files. You all actually go to the same place to get the projects. Oh, hi, Kai. Oh, I hope she's doing well after her surgery. Tell Kai I love her. And to get better soon. Okay, so now this one is going to hold my black pens and silver. I don't have this many black. So make sure you can get all the pens in there. That all the holes work properly. Okay, now we can't make a whole complete one because I'm missing pieces in it. We will find right after the video because that's how life works. You don't always have everything expected, even though I said, okay, I'm gonna make, look at this. I just found them. Here they are. My missing pieces, right? Yep. I found them. We can make another if you want. Look at that. Okay, so look, we have this cut out. Okay, so first thing we need to do, I put the vinyl on, well, I did the top piece, I think. I put the vinyl on first, and then when I glued it, I could see some of the glue on this. It just wasn't as clean looking. So we're gonna do like what we did. We're gonna put the vinyl on the sides once it's together. So all right, it's been an hour and 15 minutes. We're going on longer. I do need a night assistant. Okay. Oh, come on, little circles. Stay in there. The other one, I just lifted this up and all the circles stayed. But of course, when I'm doing live video, they're not going to be that way. But there's really no reason to weed them out. And if you keep them, you can keep them and put them on the little circles and you have little pretty circles. Okay. We don't need this white piece anymore. At least not when I'm doing this. Because it's easier to see. Now, I tried this many ways and it's kind of hard to get on here perfectly. So what I found that worked best for me to flip over the vinyl, sticky side up, And then I'm going to lay this on top of it. I don't know which side is best. One side does fit just a little better than the other. We don't know. So, oh, and something else I was playing with. It's really easier if I go in it, but if I put my head in there, all you see is my head and you can't see it. So I'm going to try tweezers, holding out tweezers and holding it. Ooh, look, I can use the camera. I'm looking at my screen. Can you guys hear me okay? I keep forgetting to be louder. I should really learn where my microphones are. My computer has 4 of them built in. They're very good ones. I'm trying to lay this over here using my camera. Okay, I'm sticking my head in here. Okay, I did not push it down. Well, that's not good. I did not push it down so I can lift it back up. Hold on. Has anyone got a trick to this part? Didn't seem like it was that hard last time. I'm sticking my head in. Whoops. This is the Cricut holographic. And I don't think it's the permanent. I had it almost perfect. Okay. If I can get one corner almost perfect and then I lift up the other pieces, then it usually falls into place. So you can still lift it up until I really push it on there. And it might be on the wrong side, but we're gonna go with that. Oh, we gotta put the thing back in. The pin back in our glue. So it doesn't clog up. Okay, now we're gonna do the other one. We're gonna try it again. I'm just pulling it off. Oh, and I should really see. Let's put it on this way. Because I think it does fit better one way more than the other. So if it fits better that way. Yeah. I'm going to put this down and glue this on like this. I'm going to try to just line up this corner. See what happens. See, then the other corners aren't lined up. Let me push it on there. Ooh, now that was perfect. So what I did is I lined up this corner And before I set it down anywhere else, I pushed the vinyl down this way a little bit and dropped it right on the edge. Look at that. This is our top piece. I'm pushing it on there. See, practice makes perfect. Always remember, the bad one can be underneath because you won't see it. See, you only see the top piece, really. Okay, and let's go ahead and put this one on. This is nice. We don't have to use glue on this part when you're using vinyl. I'm going to go ahead and put this one upside down too. I'm going to try to line up this corner. I feel like that's not working. I'm going to put it on this way. Is that? No. We got it. We got it. Look how pretty it is. Okay. Now we do have to do the edges of these. And also, since we're using vinyl, like wipe the edges. We can't have any powder on there. Those don't get hit. Because the vinyl won't stick. Okay, so on this piece we have 3 long ones that goes on the curved edge, and then we have the other pieces, and then we have 4 of the longer little ones, and then 4 of the short ones. Okay, now these you have to do a little differently because this is vinyl and not paper that we're gluing. So it's best not to touch the outer sides because we want those to stick the best. If we can get the edges to stick, everything else will stick. So I'm going to hold this up. Try to line up one edge. You don't have to push it on there until you know it's perfect. And I feel like I need to pull it to this edge a little more. So I'm going to pull it off a little. I think that's good. Now, you can use transfer tape if you want. I haven't tried that. I don't know if it'll work better or not. It possibly might. Possibly might make it harder. You do what you feel comfortable with. I like just putting it on like a sticker. And the edges with this stuff is so pretty. Thank you, Lindsay. Hi, the Frugal Crafter is here. Thanks for joining. She has amazing watercolor tutorials and other crafty stuff. That was easy. So you could use this even to hold like paintbrushes, or you can use other markers. They said the Sharpies work in here, and actually I might make and my Arteza, the True Brush ones in here. The Arteza Everblend do not, but I was thinking I could expand this whole thing and make it a little bigger, and the holes will be bigger, and you could hold your alcohol markers. I'm going to try it someday. There's that. Okay. So we got these two pieces. Let's go ahead and do these while we're here. It's getting faster. The more you do, the easier it gets. And I was thinking with doing these with vinyl, you could wipe them off easier than if you're doing paper. But I do like having the color wheel also, I think is fun to do when you're coloring or whatever. Okay, you guys, this is going so fast. I just found an easy way to do this. Let me share. I'm like kind of just doing it without even thinking about it now. Now watch, I can't do it. I'm putting that piece right between my fingers and then just lining it up here and then just kind of pushing it on, and until I say, oh look, it's so easy. It was working perfectly. Hold on. There. See, it was okay. So we have those other pieces we're gonna do after we get glue on. Okay, so we're gonna start putting this one together. Bringing back my paper to protect my mat. Okay. We got our guide. We're going to start with the best piece that we want on the top. I think it's this one. And we're going to put that in there. And it's going to fall right down. And then we're putting glue. Oh, push that on there better. The art glitter glue I get from May Made It. And we're going to push that in. We're pushing it in this way, and that way. And if you want to use another piece to push them up against each other, that's always good too. Now this vinyl was puckering right here on the edge, like it was off the edge a little bit that way. And all I did is I took my nail and just spread it all out, and it's perfect now. So we're going to push these up against each other. Oh, and we're going to move it around so it doesn't stick. Now it's not completely dry yet, but we're going to turn it over. And then we're going to put glue on the other one. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to push it. We're not gluing it to the guide, but we are pushing it up to the guide and pushing this piece up to the edge of the guide as far as we can. That way it'll keep this all the same, so the sides are even and all of the pieces will fit together in a circle if you want them in a circle or in those other ways. Oh, we still have to put the base together. That's really easy. Okay. Now we're going to take this piece, the shorter of the two, and we're going to put glue. And remember, we're going the row with the 4 circles. This goes right between them. And putting this back, oh no, we don't need to put it back in. We got to put glue on it. So now we're going to glue this to the next layer. And to be honest, I wasn't sure if this was going to work because with the vinyl, because I'm like, well, the glue sticks to paper and it sticks to the chipboard real well. Is it going to stick to the vinyl? But it really did. It might take a little longer to dry. So we're going to put this back into the guide, and then we're going to put this in. And instead of sliding this in and maybe getting glue on this, I'm kind of pushing it in this way and then going up, and I'm going to lift this up a little. I want to make sure that they're both pushed in there, and I want to make sure that this piece is still between so we can get to that. You can't see it from this side. And then we're going to flip the guide over, flip this over, and I just like to make sure it's good in all sides. Push this together. Okay, now we can start putting the second layer in, or the sides. And I just want to thank all of you. You guys are amazing. All of you helping out each other, answering questions. No, Bonnie, I don't have an engineering degree. If I did, I'd have many more 3D projects better than this. This was a trial and error. Like this one didn't have any points in here, and I'm like, oh, that's kind of flimsy. So then I kind of just cut a piece out of my scrap chipboard and stuck that in there. I'm like, that'll work. And so I had to re-engineer it a few times. This red one, I had to take apart 3 times before I got it right. It's not, I mean, it's not great. I would never give that to anybody. Oh man, I stuck it to the paper again. Don't try to read comments while you're doing this. That's what I do. Remember, push it this way and this way. And I'm holding this here on the top to push it up against that. Okay, now we're gonna flip it over and do the other side. Put glue on this one. My glue is getting clogged. There's my pen. I need to order more glue, Maymay. I don't think Maymay's watching right now, but oh, I'm gonna put this in here. We want to put this in here so we know this stays even and symmetrical. Thank you, Jamie, for sharing where to get the file exactly. If you're a YouTube member, like all of you guys with the little green names and the emojis and the badges, you have to wait till after the video so I can post it. Hi, Mamie. Okay. Now we're going to put the other little piece in. And if you remember, check from the side. Like I said, not all of mine are great. Check from the side to see if it's kind of even with that. Put it in between the eyes. Welcome, Kim. Now we got peeking Cricut because that is so big. Yeah, somebody's asking about this maybe. Here's my blade holder that holds the tips. But these also fit inside here. So if you wanted one of these with tips and blades, well, not the tips won't fit in there. They would fall. Okay, so now, I keep forgetting. We're almost done. Then we gotta put the, on the outside. We're gonna put glue on the bottom of all of these. I got glue boogers. Come on. Let me stab it some more. It's my fault because I forget to put the pin in. That's better. All right, we're taking the pin out. Not the pin, the tip. There we go. Okay, we're putting our guide in, remember. Push it up to the guide. Then remember, this goes the pretty side the same way those are facing. And I'm gonna stick this in kind of this way so I don't get glue all over. I'll pull this up a little. Oops, there we go. Make sure it's in here. We're gonna push this, all of these together, push it up against the guide. And I'm gonna pull that out a little, push that. And then we can hold it together. Move it so it doesn't stick to the paper if you have sticky paper like this and not Teflon or something. This tool holder also fits in your maker. So you can put this on the bar of your maker and close it. Or not even your maker, any of the machines. Okay. Let's make sure it all fits in there good. Yay. Okay. Now, the other pieces. Oh, and I also want to tell you, in the file, I attached the small and large piece together. The reason I did that, you don't have to, you can detach them if you want. I did that if you're using pattern paper on the sides, you would want your pattern to match on the bottom and the top. So that's why I did that. They don't need to stay that way, especially if you're using solid color like I did. But I was thinking it would be really pretty with pattern paper, but you'd want it to kind of match a little on the sides. But even though if you have them all and hook them together, they don't, you're not going to see it anyway. Actually, I feel like I should do the longer pieces first, or at least on the top. Okay. Now we got this job. And if you guys aren't subscribed to Mamie's channel already, click on her name there. She also does a lot of paper projects and stuff where you don't need a machine at all. I'm not good at that. Yeah, the Cricut pens should be stored point side down. But you can store your pens, you can put these on the side here, and store them that way also with these. So I'm just kind of taking these off like stickers. Isn't it pretty? Okay, we're almost done. Is this gonna be a 2-hour video? I think it is. You guys wanted evenings. I'm taking up your whole evening. I'm going to put these pieces on first. I think this might be the best idea. Put the fat pieces on, and then we're going to put the middle pieces on. I think it turns out better that way. You guys are all so awesome. Now remember, when you watch replays or regular edited, uploaded videos, you can watch them in fast forward. Like you can go up to double speed, especially if you're looking for something or waiting to get to a part. You can watch in double speed or 1.5 speed, 1.25 speed. All right, now all we have are these pieces here. And we're gonna do this in double speed in real life. That's what I tell myself. Okay. Look at that. That was quick. See, I didn't lie to myself. I'm putting my fingers here to kind of guide it to be even on the edges. And it's going off the edge. So I'm just going to lift it up, move it back on the edge. This isn't the long one, is it? Oh wait, these are supposed to be long. Oh yeah, duh. These are the long ones. I got to cut off the tip. Okay, so now I'm going to push these on real well. I'm going to take my little Tim Holtz scissors. Might have got these from May Made It too. I'm just cutting off these little tips. Okay guys, I'm going to need this glue. All right. Oh, that one's not so even. There we go, fixed it. There. I got a little glue up here. I think I can wipe that off later after it dries. I can pick that off. So now I got 2 of these. I can put them together like that for my infusible ink pens, or like this. If you look in the file in the hidden layers panel, there's actually, I think, a holder that will hold these 2 together. So there we go with that. Now let's do this really fast. So here's the one. Oh, let's put these in here real fast. Let me see. Are these going to fit in here? I got to make sure when I glue these together, and while we glue that one together, I'm going to explain that. We got to make sure they fit. They did fit. There. So look, you can do whatever color arrangement you want, whatever arrangement, they all fit. 6 of them fit in a complete circle, make a circle. But you can go with any color way you want to do them. And I made this little thing, so if you only need 3 of these, you can stick them together like this and pick them up, and you don't have to just do one at a time or bump them. So we have a whole circle base that you can do. And then we have the ones without the edges, so you can keep adding on to them without having to remake a bigger one. This one holds 4. And they're really easy to put together. I'm missing one of these. They're on the floor and I see it, so it's not completely missing. Remember, when you're using chipboard, you have to use the strong hold mat and tape it down. And the tape is still on there. So this is going to fit right on top of those, and then it's going to fit like a puzzle. It's going to fit 4 of these triangles. So we're putting glue on it. It's really easy. this is the one that when you do go to cut it, you have to, like it's sitting like this, you have to turn it a little bit to fit on the mat. So it's not so wide. So it stays within that 11-inch mark of the chipboard. Now when we put this on here, we want to make sure it's even. Look at all that glue. I want to make sure it's even all the way around. We probably don't want bumps of glue here. So, oh, I have some paper towel over here. Make sure this is even. Go around it with your finger and make sure the edges are even. You don't want it down anymore or anything. Okay, we're almost done. Where's the black? Okay, we put this on here, and then we are going to cover the sides with a black strip so it looks pretty. Look at that. Oh, you know what? I ain't gonna mess with that. I'm gonna put glue right on here. Now, you could make this out of vinyl, or not make it out of vinyl. You could cover it with vinyl if you wanted. Is this right? I think so. We're going to make sure it's even. And then, you know what? I should probably start on the edge. I'm going to start on the corner. So if we get around and it's too long, we can clip that off. And I'm using so much glue. So I'm going to start in this corner. Okay, maybe you don't need this much glue. That's why I get glue goobers. Make sure it's in that corner real good. And then I'm just going to slide it down. I'm going to really click it up in this corner, push it down in that corner, and I got glue everywhere. Okay, I really put too much glue right down in there. Okay. Now we're gonna, since this, we can only do 11.4 inches on the mat. So now I'm gonna put glue on the paper instead of the sheet, just so I'll know where it ends. Now I'm going to start the next piece right there. And you should probably wait till the top part dries, but I'm trying to do this so it doesn't turn into a 3-hour video. Okay, we're going to try to use less glue. And we're going to go around the corner, wrap this up, push that down. Oh, so much better with less glue, guys. Okay, now all we have is this piece right here under my desk. Okay. Okay, and this is the first time I covered this, and to be honest, I wasn't sure how long to make it, so I wanted to make sure it was just long enough. So it's too long. But, so if you want to make this perfect, you can measure this edge here and make that the exact amount. There. Now, put these in here. Uh-oh. Some of the glue's still wet. Oh, that red one's not very good. Oh, here, I can stick this one in here. There. So now we have this, and see what I'm going to do is I'm going to put mine in an order like this, but it's actually going to be longer because I have more. So I'm just going to keep adding to the edge. What do we think? I'm putting my pin in my glue. And for those of you that might have missed the beginning, oh, let me take these out. Because that glue's not dry. We don't want to glue those in there. Now, if you wanted to, you could also put like triangles in here of colors if you want, or put a color there, but I don't think it's necessary. Unless this one holds 4 and you're only making 3 right now, you could just put some color or something in there. Yeah, there's the Cricut tools fit in the middle. Let's put this together. Let's get rid of this. So the middle holes will hold, will it hold those? Yeah. Where's the other tools I had out? Oh, right here. Well, here, let's put these in order. Orange, yellow, green, the tools fit in there. Now, the tools only fit in this hole is bigger. I don't think, will this fit in there? Oh, this one will fit, but the ones that are, have like this Cricut one won't fit in the, it almost fits in there, but it won't fit in there as well. The blades do fit also. So here's, let me take some of these out if you missed the beginning. These blades will fit in these holes. These blades, the scoring wheel and the quick swap housing, will fit in the smaller holes and the bigger holes. And the knife blade, I think, will too. That fits in all the holes. But the rotary blade is a bigger blade, and it won't fit in the small ones, but it will fit in the end. So if you want to have some tools together with this, you could fill these holes up with tools. Let's see. Well, see, you can't, it's not going to fit that way because they're too close. Could. There. Look. You move one. The gears work together. And you could stick a smaller one in there. So, I mean, you could work it up and do that. It's not fun? And then you can change it in all different shapes. If you missed the beginning of the video, watch the beginning. Especially before you cut it. Please watch the beginning. Okay. Oh my gosh, it's been 2 hours. It is 10 p.m. Do we have any questions? Yes, the video is the directions. I make video directions. I don't do written directions. I'm not good at those. If you want them written, I guess you can take notes on the video. Yeah, you could do a completely different pie for the tools. You could make everything bigger. You can make the holes bigger and everything better by selecting all and expanding it. I haven't tried it, but I think it'll work just to make everything a little bit bigger. Thank you guys. I will get some rest. I'm going back in your comments. If you have any questions about this or putting it together, I have a post on for all my supporters. You can always comment there and ask questions, and you can also comment on this video and ask questions. I do try to answer all questions on all videos. I appreciate just the comments that are not questions. I always try to give you guys a little heart. And I just want to say thank you, everybody who subscribes to my channel and who likes my videos. It really appreciate it. And sharing my videos. You can share my videos from Facebook to other Facebook places, or from here to anywhere you want to share them. I appreciate it when you share my videos with others. Yeah, you can make them all the same color if you like. You can do whatever you want to do. All right. You cannot pay yearly for Patreon. It just doesn't work that way. Thank you guys. You guys are so sweet. Judy has a great question. When will the files for the bases be available? They're already available. Watch the beginning of this video. All the bases are in the file. They're just hidden in the layers panel. And I have some tips and tricks on cutting out the file. So don't cut it yet until you watch the beginning of this video. It might have to process a little bit when I turn this off tonight, and to see the beginning sometimes, or to see the chat. Thank you so much, guys. But the chat's already in the video too, so. Thanks, guys. You guys are so amazing. I really appreciate you all. All right. I love you guys, and I will see you Saturday morning, 11 a.m. for Cricut Design Space class. Thank you for subscribing. I really need to fix that alert size. There we go. Now you'll be able to see the whole alerts. And it's a little smaller. All right, guys. Bye.